Welcome to Hammer and Nails with Skip and Allison Bedell.
Thank God it's...
Oh, are we on?
Yeah. Thank God it's...
Well, it's definitely Friday.
Friday.
Love Friday. Friday, I think, is my favorite day of the week. It seems like it's the beginning of the weekend, you know, like the regular work week's coming to a close, and we're just thinking about doing stuff like
everything else we couldn't
our
fit in.
stuff, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
All the stuff we couldn't fit in during the week.
Yeah. A lot of, I think, maybe younger or single people are thinking about where they're going to go, where they're going to party. It's the summer, and we're like, thank God we're home.
Yeah, I'm thinking about like all the shit we got to do around here.
Yeah. Oh, hey, I'm Allison Bedell.
Hey, I'm Skip Bedell. Welcome back to Hammer Nails Podcast, everybody. It's the end of the week, and we're happy it's Friday, and hope you guys are all doing well. And we're doing our thing.
You always say that.
Yeah, well, we are.
We're doing our thing.
It's a lot of things.
What the fuck does that mean?
It's really actually a lot of things that we're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So... finally, there is progress on the kitchen. I get a lot of people asking.
Finally, like there's been progress.
No,
for
I mean
months.
a lot of things are stagnant because we're waiting for something else to happen, and now those things are starting to happen.
Yeah,
a lot of people ask me.
That's like
about the progress.
When are we gonna build that? You mean like when am I gonna build that? Right?
Yeah. Every time I say we, it means you.
Yeah.
And if that's in regard to doing something,
right,
like labor intensive.
A lot of things are stagnant. Really.
It's not your fault.
A lot going on in there.
But when you order something, you have to wait for it to come, and sometimes other things can't be done until those things are done. This is all custom-made
stuff, though. It's not like we're buying things off the shelf here. It takes time.
Mm-hmm. So the
creative process has to happen.
Your birthday's coming at the end of the month, which I know sounds unrelated, but the reason I was bringing it up is because I'm ordering something for you custom.
Really?
And I'm so stoked about it. It's a very fucking cool gift, and I'm just exploding at the seams, but I'm just going to say that about it.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Because the last I heard, I got an early birthday present, and it was the mold fogger.
Yes. Don't forget about that when you're opening your small presents.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so that still counts.
No, it does. Absolutely it does.
You'll be like, oh, and don't forget the fogger.
You know what? You like tool toys, and it's a toy.
You're right. I absolutely do. I'm only kidding with you. Yeah, I love tool toys. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tools are definitely like my toys.
Speaking of which... you got the coolest tool toy yesterday.
Well, I got a bunch of stuff this whole week.
Yes.
Because my good friends over at DeWalt have just been on this sending spree. They must have really been paying attention when we were out at the DeWalt Expo.
Thank you, DeWalt.
Yeah, thank you very much, DeWalt. All the cool things that I was looking at and saying, man, I could really use this on my jobs. Or, man, this would be great in my trailer. Or one of 100 different reactions that I had to all their different tools. So... they've just kind of been showing up at the door. Like the FedEx guy is just like wheeling in these. Now, usually, and it's funny because he said it to me the other day. I happened to be home, and I just was out on the front lawn when he pulled up to the house, and he's like, I don't know, I've been having a lot of stuff for you lately. He's like, what's going on? Usually it's all for Allison. I'm like, I know. Can you believe it? I'm finally getting something.
Yeah, I'm stoked about it, especially since it's all these things that I'm able to now save money on.
Yeah.
Because I don't have to buy them for you as gifts.
I know, but just think, now you're going to have to put some thought into it because you knew all the things that I wanted, and now I'm getting them sent to me. So.
Your sister's been asking me, what can I get for him for his birthday? And I'm like, I have no fucking clue. He has everything. And if I think of something to get you, I just buy it right away.
Yeah.
Do you have anything you want me to tell her?
People ask me that every year, and I always say, I don't know. Nothing. Just like
you love opening presents, though.
I do. I mean, who doesn't love opening presents? Come on. Everybody loves opening presents, right?
Yeah.
But I always have the same answer. Don't get me anything, because I have, I either have everything that I want, or I don't have room for any more things.
Well, people aren't satisfied with giving you nothing, like your family. So you're going to have to come up with something for me to tell everybody.
I'm going to have to work on that. Maybe I can get some help from the listeners out there. Some interesting...
I'm a good gift giver, and people are going to be like, well, Allison always comes up with these gift lists. Why doesn't she think of something?
You do, actually. You have some really good gift ideas.
You have all those things.
Now you've got my curiosity going, wondering what it is that you're going to be...
Yeah, it's a very unique gift that I don't think anybody would have thought of. I'm impressed with myself that I thought of it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, now I have to know.
It's not big. It's nothing big, but it's something
Well, good things
unique.
come in small packages.
Yeah, it's something unique that you will really appreciate. Let's get back to this kitchen business. So people, I don't know if they probably saw, if they, I don't know. You know what? I shouldn't even say, because I know a lot of people don't follow us online who are listening. They just aren't interactive listeners. But you had posted pictures of the beams that you had worked on, and so now we have the ceiling tiles up, the beams, and then you put up the lights. We made a video for the lights.
Right, we've been filming everything, this whole process, and all the different installations that I've been doing. We kind of film little separate video pieces, which eventually we will string together, and you guys will be able to see the whole thing along with time-lapse videos and everything.
I'm thinking about piecemealing some of the videos onto our website. Even though we haven't completed some of them yet, I'm thinking about maybe putting portions of what I have completed on the different installations if people want to see the process. Yeah, that might be cool.
Yeah, just so you can see what's going on.
Yeah, yep. So I could, you know what? And I haven't really done it yet, but just because of the time that everything takes to prepare, like to make it and then to put it together and then do other things that we have to do in life. Sometimes
there's just there's never enough time.
Yeah,
in
like
the
website's kind of not the first priority.
Do anything. In fact, I have a kitchen appointment today, not for our kitchen, but for a customer to go show him some drawings that I made for a new kitchen, and I'm like, it's just like there's just not enough time.
When are you going to tell me about that?
I don't know. At some point.
Nice.
At some point today.
Oh.
Yeah. It actually hasn't been confirmed for the time yet. I have to call up and see, what time's going to be good for them. But yeah, that's something I had. Speaking of kitchens, also some very exciting news. Finally, and I can say finally, because I have kind of been putting it on hold also because there's so much stuff that has to happen before. But the kitchen cabinets have just been confirmed and ordered, and we have a delivery date. So now that there's a delivery date, it's 4 weeks away.
Yeah.
Like, shit just got real.
Yeah.
Because now it's like there's so much more that still has to happen because there's nowhere to keep this monster truck delivery of cabinets that are going to show up here at this house, except for in the kitchen.
Right.
So, like a lot has to happen so I'm ready for them to be plugged right into that room and installed. So that's pretty exciting.
When they come, the next day, we're going away.
I know. That's the only problem. Like, that's like, they
this
ask
thing we've been waiting for.
Our earliest delivery date is, this date. And then I'm like thinking, that's great, but why does that date ring a bell? And then I'm like, after I got off the phone with the cabinet company, which is like located across the country, then it occurred to me, like, we have that family reunion down in the Jersey Shore, which is like the following day.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh man, that's gonna be like getting like a load of Christmas presents under the tree, but you can't open them up on Christmas. You have to wait till like New Year's Day rather than Christmas Day.
Well, no, what's really cool, people are like, big fucking deal cabinets. Yeah, okay. I agree. But what's really cool is that...
you agree?
No, I'm saying it's like,
You agree?
I agree in that people who, it's not their kitchen, they're listening, they're like, big fucking deal. But what I'm excited about with these particular cabinets is that they are super cool and unique. They're not like your regular looking cabinets because we chose a really unique wood style. And
yeah, we decided to go with a rustic style of wood, which basically, when cabinets are made for the most part, especially when they're stained and they're wood, you can actually see the actual species and the grain of the wood rather than having them painted a solid color. Usually they select the best quality of that wood. So when they're going through the lumber and, in the process of making these cabinets, they kind of cull out all the ones that have the knots and all the imperfections, and they get the best quality grain. The
similar colors.
Yeah, similar colors. We chose a rustic...
The opposite.
Completely the opposite. Yeah, we chose, which is actually like you have to have them specially made, and we chose to have this rustic version of a maple rather than a regular maple used on these cabinets. We were looking at cherry. We were looking at different species of woods, alder. And originally, we were real close to pulling the trigger. Actually, we did. We ordered the whole kitchen in alder because it has a lot of knots and because it's different. So every cabinet and door and drawer front that you see is completely different from the next. None of them look the same. They all have knots and imperfections and like cracks in the wood, and it looks like the wood that you would have cut off the good end of the lumber and you threw this one in the scrap pile. that's what the cabinets are made out of. So, yeah. So, but it gives it so much character. So there's not a lot of similarity in the colors and grains. Like every cabinet door is made up of 4 or 5 pieces of wood that are, sectioned together, and they're all different colors.
And character is really important because when you think about, even when you are house hunting and you walk in and you're like, okay, yeah, it's got a living room, a kitchen, a bedroom, a bathroom, a half bathroom, and everything is just like, okay, it's got the bones of a house. But when it doesn't speak to you and it doesn't have anything unique about it and there's just nothing different that makes you say this is the house.
Oh, please! When
it's
we walked into our house,
it.
the one thing that as soon as we walked in, right in the living room, is this giant fieldstone fireplace that
right up to the ceiling.
Yeah, it goes right to the ceiling. It's all like real stone, and it was original to the house when it was built back in the 40s. And like we just knew right then and there, like this is the house.
This is the
like,
house.
That just added so much character.
Character's really important. So this isn't like a kitchen, like when you just walk into somebody's house and you're like, oh, look at that. They had cabinets and a fridge and a table and a countertop. Yeah. This is like double take, like, whoa.
Well, it's
pretty
not
different.
going to be everybody's taste. It's definitely going to be very rustic and very almost like log cabinish, but it's going to look really cool if you're into that.
It's unique.
Yeah, it's very unique, and everything kind of has that custom feel to it. And because it has so much character and, it's so unique, you can kind of feel like how much effort went into making it. It doesn't feel like something that, sometimes when they're all solid colors and they're all the same quality of wood and everything is nice and clean, and that's a great look also. If you like a cleaner look, you like a more contemporary look, we're going for just the opposite of that, which kind of feels like everything was almost like either homemade or, it's just like
we
has
want
a
a
lot
specialty
of
kitchen.
Age and character to it. So so that's another reason why it's taking so long, because a lot of things are really kind of being hand-picked, and of course I'm hand-making a lot of different things here. So we're very excited about getting those cabinets on the schedule. But now, like I said, shit just got really, really real because like a lot still has to happen.
Well, you still have to do the floor. You have to level
the floor is going to happen within the next week. So
and then you have to move the
There's going to be a whole cement base that comes into that floor. We're pouring about 2.5 inches of a dry packed cement base on that floor because it is an older house, so the floors are not quite perfectly level. And even after sistering up a lot of joists and doing a lot of work on the subfloor, without completely ripping out everything and reframing it, which would have meant jacking up parts of the house, it would have meant doing a lot of different things that we didn't necessarily have to do in order to get that floor level. But it is going to require putting in the cement base. It's going to level it out first. So in order to do that, I have to have the clearance right. So on one of the doors are a little bit low. So I have to take that door out, reinstall it, and
reinstall a new door.
Build up the sill a little bit to get that up to the height that I need to
pick out another door.
Which is good because it's going to give us an opportunity to get a new door in there, which we wanted to do anyway.
Yeah.
So a lot's going on. And then, of course, after that cement base goes in.
You have to get tile floor.
We got to get that tile, which we picked out a really cool tile. We're going to take some pictures and video of the tiles. That will show you. It's a porcelain
Pretty
that's going
excited
down.
that the tile that we picked out is super, super cool and unique. And what's really extra cool is that my wonderful husband found something extremely similar at where? Lowe's or Home Depot?
No, at Home Depot. Actually, the tile that we looked at was like a tile that I found in a specialty place that I've been using for years right here on Long Island for a lot of the high-end jobs that I do. And they get stuff from Italy and Spain and, really, really high-end, really different, beautiful.
AKA expensive.
Yeah, very expensive, though. You're going to pay like, $9, $10, $12, $15 a foot and up for some of this flooring. So I found a tile that looks almost identical to the one that we picked out in that store. And it was, like a third, almost a quarter of the price.
Yeah. I'm willing to sacrifice the little bit different that it looks, I think, to get. Because it's just so similar, and the cheap is the cheap. Yeah, it's so much cheaper.
It's very, very similar. The one thing that this one doesn't have, so these tiles have like a metallic glaze to it, so it looks like there's veins of steel and different types of metal running through the tile. And some of the metal veins that run through it are like copper, and we happen to be doing a lot of copper in our kitchen. Our sink is copper. The hood is a hammered copper exhaust hood.
I have a copper Sharpie.
Oh, good. Oh, yeah. So we can just copper it up.
Yes.
So so that's the only downside is that we have a lot of the steel running through this tile. But I don't know. Maybe there is, but I haven't seen any samples with any of the copper in it. So either way, we found some really great tile that's going down, and all of that still has to happen. The plumbing has to.
You
come
still
up.
have to do the bathroom. You've been slacking on the bathroom.
The bathroom is happening. It's happening.
A
Lot's going on this week that you don't even know about yet. So
I don't even know about.
Yeah,
Are
it's
you
happening.
keeping secrets?
No, I'm just saying that there's stuff scheduled to be done this week that's going to happen. That
we had, like,
you're going to come home and you're going to be like, whoa.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah. Yeah, you'll see.
All right.
You'll see.
All right. Well, because I'm supposed to be filming these things, so how can they be a surprise?
Well, we didn't film what we didn't do yet. That's why this week a lot of stuff is happening.
Because I get up in the morning or like if you're in the bathroom, I would really love to go in the other bathroom, but there's no toilet.
So would I. I would so love for you to be in the other bathroom.
Fuck you.
You and your makeup and all your shit. There's so much. There's tons and tons of stuff.
I can't wait to get away from your messy hairs and shit that you don't wipe off the countertop
you need your
in the
own
bathroom.
sink. You definitely have to.
Yeah, I do because you are a slob.
No, I am not. I'm so not a slob.
You don't.
I shave my face.
You have like sponge cooties.
Every men shave their face.
You don't wipe the sponge.
There's going to be.
You don't touch the sponge.
Listen, I clean it.
You don't.
I totally
do. You
do.
take water and splash it on and hope whatever hairs happen to catch the water and fall in the sink.
Every
Good
guy
enough.
listening to this right now knows what I'm talking about.
Yes.
I do clean it, and sometimes, it's maybe not to your satisfaction, but I wipe it. I wash it all.
You never touch the sponge.
You know
You
what?
use
I think that
hands
maybe I'm
and
just
water.
not going to for a day or two, and then you'll see the difference.
I'm just like
when
really
I don't.
It's grossed out.
All right, well.
Same thing with the toilet. Clean it more.
It's going to be good.
I'm not the toilet maid.
It's going to be good when you have your own workstation.
Yes.
That you can.
You're going to want to keep going in mine because that's going to be the clean one.
I have one little area for my razor, a little hair gel, like whatever, and that's it. But you have the whole other side of the counter.
It takes a lot to make this look good. Are you kidding me?
You need toolboxes like I have. You need the multi-drawer toolboxes because there's a lot of shit there.
You know what? I just had a fucking light bulb go off over my head. I bet you there is a nice variety of either DeWalt, Milwaukee toolboxes, a variety of sizes that I could put my makeup in, separate my different things. Oh.
Yeah, no. Nope, no.
No?
You just got a crazy, really nice, expensive cabinet and vanity and towers going into your bathroom.
Okay.
And that's what you're going to use. Yeah.
All right.
Yes. You forgot already the cabinet that
I did because it doesn't exist.
All the stuff that we got that are just set up so you could put all of that crap in there.
It. Well, you were supposed to put the mirror up. What about the tiles in the
talking
shower?
About? There's no mirror going up until the mirror goes up the last, very, very last.
You were supposed to measure it so that I could see how much room,
piece.
and so I can return one of the two that we got. And now it's beyond returning time.
Oh,
way beyond.
It's way beyond.
Yes.
Oh, that's not good.
No, it's not.
Yeah, because I think we're going to be returning them both.
Really? No.
I don't know.
I wanted an
well,
old
your
style.
cabinets will be here in 4 weeks along with the kitchen cabinets. So.
And right now our toilet is in a wheelbarrow in the driveway with leaves and rainwater and bugs. It is total. It's like...
We're not using that toilet.
Yes, we are. I love that toilet.
That's the old toilet from the last bathroom, which
Yes.
was new when we got it, which was new when we moved into the house. I mean,
I want that toilet.
You want that toilet back. You like that toilet.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
All right. Well, good thing I saved it then, because it was 1 day from going into the dumpster.
No, it's the one-piece toilet. It's the low one, and so that my feet don't dangle off of it like it does on the other one.
Everybody wants the high ones now. That's
it makes my feet numb.
The comfort height and all that.
No. I've got the squatty potty at the high toilet, and I'll tell you, people, it works. I use it. And the low toilet is the one I prefer in my bathroom because sometimes I get caught up in Facebook or whatever I'm doing while I'm sitting there. And
you definitely get caught up in all that shit because you'll be in there for an hour.
And my feet fall asleep.
I know that it doesn't take that long for you to go to the bathroom. What the hell are you doing?
If you push too hard, you get hemorrhoids.
Oh, God.
You gotta wait. Gotta wait it out.
I'm on my phone. You're on your phone.
Yeah.
Dude, I haven't seen you in an hour. What? What? What do you do on the toilet for so long? Oh my God.
Yeah.
All right, so all this stuff is in full swing. Cabinets, 4 weeks coming, very exciting. A lot going on here. When the cabinets go in, that's really when this whole shit's going to come together. Right now, it looks like it's a project that's really kind of cool in a lot of different phases of development. And now you can start to see the character with the stamped ceiling and all the wood beams. There's the ladder light fixture that's going to be happening very soon. All the components are on the way being mailed to us.
Oh, you know what? We're getting a delivery today.
Oh my God, that's right! I'm
Yeah.
getting the delivery of all the lighting inserts that go into the awesome Juno.
Did you just get a chub?
LED cans? I did. I actually feel like just a slight dick tingle just happened. Yep, I felt a little ding down there. Yes, you just reminded me. Yes. That's right.
Doesn't
I
take
got
much.
shit coming for me today in the mail. That's right. UPS is loving me lately. It's like, wow,
Yeah.
man,
Yeah.
this is so cool. I'm getting stuff like delivered for you.
Yeah, but the thing is when he delivers your shit, it's heavy.
Oh yeah, it's real heavy. Yeah, my stuff is all like big giant
so
boxes.
what did we talk about what you got yesterday though?
We didn't. We started to, and then we got sidetracked. DeWalt has been, as I mentioned, sending a bunch of stuff and been really great, generous, sending things that I kind of fell in love with while we were there. One of many of the things that I'm hoping to get came, and that is the Tough Case system. It's
It's a charger and music.
Well, no, that's one of the pieces that go on it, but the whole system is part of the Tough system. So if you go online to DeWaltTough.com, you'll see they have a whole new line of toolboxes that basically house all of their tools, and they're these indestructible toolboxes that stack on top of each other. They clip together. They have a trolley.
You talked about it the last time.
Yeah, they have I think I might have mentioned. They have a trolley that looks kind of like a hand truck that they all slide onto.
This is a part of
all
that
that
system.
stuff that I talked about on a prior podcast that I fell in love with, and one of my favorite things when we went out to DeWalt
And they
Expo,
sent it to you.
actually finally showed up this week.
Yeah.
And in addition to that, yesterday what came was like the icing on top of the actual Tough Case cake. Was the Tough sound, the radio, the DeWalt radio, which is basically designed for that system.
But it's supposed to have some ass-kicking sound, and I'm waiting for you to plug it in.
It looks like a toolbox. It looks like kind of like a suitcase, and it also clips onto this whole rack and fastens onto all these boxes. So now you can like load all of your tools from the truck to the job site, but also the radio. But this radio is not only a radio; it also charges all the batteries. So if you have the 20-volt system
Or a 12-volt.
all 12-volt, it charges those batteries for your tools while you're using it, or it plugs into the wall for power. It has 4 speakers, 2 on either side of it, so it really doesn't matter if you stand this thing up or lay it down flat. It's all digital. It has a great
Bluetooth?
digital display. It's Bluetooth, which is awesome because now you can Bluetooth all of your music right to it. So if you have your smartphone, it also has a USB port on that, so you can charge your phone, Bluetooth your music to this thing, play it on the job site or just around the house. It's weatherproof. I mean, this thing,
dirt.
It's totally sealed up, so all the ports on it have like rubber seals. It has little storage compartments that have rubber seals around them, so it can get wet. It can be around dust and dirt. It has amazing sound, and the whole best part about it is that it kind of integrates into this whole tool system.
You know what's very cool also is that it's like a man's man radio system.
Really?
This is the kind of
Manly.
thing. It's very manly. Like this is the kind of thing that you would get and keep in your garage or your shop. Like it's
it
that
goes right in the man cave.
Yeah, this is like with the stuff where you don't want to have like a Bose system. This is the kind of thing like you can put anywhere and you don't got to worry about it, and it sounds great.
Yeah, you don't want to put
And
in
it makes you look like you got a big
your-
dick.
Yeah, really?
Yeah,
What does the radio have to do with your?
it's
dick?
manly.
That is such an interesting.
That's just a sales tactic.
Okay, all right. Well, there you go.
Well, with that in mind, actually, I'm going to just I'll put the link to it on our website so people can see
You guys
exactly
with
the
small
one.
dicks, you'll feel much better if you go out and buy this radio.
Yeah, go to our website on the episode summary,
You
click
are
on the
too
link,
funny.
and buy the radio, and instantly you're going to grow a couple inches.
Wow.
Yeah, it's very
okay.
exciting.
There you go.
Yeah.
DeWalt's going to love that promotion.
Yeah. I wish we had
That
something.
should be a DeWalt for guys with small dicks.
No! DeWalt makes your dick bigger.
Oh, God. I am so not ever getting a deal with them now.
Oh.
You just squashed the whole thing.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's the end of my tool flow.
But it's DeWalt
They're not
Tough.
sending me anything more.
No tough guys have small dicks, right?
No, I don't know. I don't know. Why are you asking me this? I don't know.
I'm just saying as far as image-wise.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I can't.
Marketing.
I don't want to comment on any of that. I don't know, and I don't know, and I don't want to know.
Okay.
I just know about mine.
Okay.
That's the only one that matters.
It's all good.
To me.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I wish that we had something similar, like these things that we had gone to on the girl side, like things that like a makeup expo or a hair expo, and then people started sending me shit.
You should go to that. I mean, that's totally like that. That's your tools, right? Like you have like all that. You totally have like as much makeup as I have tools. So you're right. You do need like some sort of giant rolling toolbox.
I do, and I need free samples of all the good shit because I will talk about it.
I think that you ought to start doing, like, I am now compiling all these videos for how-tos and demonstrations on products and things like that. You should start compiling videos on your favorite makeup products and do the same thing.
I should.
Yeah.
Now, let's just add about 6 more hours to the 24-hour day, and I will have time to do that.
6?
Fuck.
No, it's just basically, a lot more than that.
Yeah, I mean, like...
Let's just never sleep.
Yeah. Seriously.
Let's just make videos 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
For your viewing pleasure.
Yeah.
So,
I
so
saw
everyone
videos
out
I
there
filmed
can check
last
this
year
stuff
that
out.
I didn't even edit yet. I've been editing everything else, and then I'm like, you know what? And since then, I think I've gotten even better at doing that. And maybe I'll
Please,
do it again.
Owens Corning sent us the entire roofing system that we put on top of this house. And, of course, you know, me and the crew did all the work, but they sent us this awesome roof, which I love their products. And it was basically, I told them, I said, listen, if you guys want to be part of our remodel project here, this is what I need for the project. And if you do that, we're going to film the whole thing with drones and flyovers and time-lapse and all kinds of great product endorsement stuff. And I'm going to give you guys the footage that you can put on your website. Owens Corning is like, great. We would love your endorsement. That would be awesome. So the roof has come and gone. It's finished. And their video is about maybe 75% done.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
well, because you know what, I need you to redo some of it because of the sound quality. I was not happy.
Yeah, we were
with.
having a rough sound day that day. I know, like with the mics, we're getting interference. It was like all kinds of stuff going on. So, like, I think we might need to kind of punch in or do some pickups on some of that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Same day, same wardrobe, kind of like on Catch Contractor.
Yes.
You're right. Sometimes when you go through the edit process, and this is like, something that we deal with.
Like everything you said was great, but we couldn't hear it.
Yeah, right. This happens on the TV show. So when we're filming Contractor or anything else that we do on TV, sometimes when it actually gets to the editing room, the editors will be like, "Oh man, there was an audio issue, or there was like this." But that scene is like we have to have that scene that was told the whole story or whatever it was. So there's been times we had to go back weeks later.
Yeah.
Same wardrobe, same everything, recreate that. Could be 5 seconds, could be one word that we had to recreate. So now the setting, everything has to be the same, and all of that work and everything is now long over.
Yeah.
So, but that's part of TV production.
And unfortunately, sometimes it's hard to recreate it as if it was happening live when it's not happening live because you already said it, but you got to say it again. And
right, especially the stuff
we're
that
not
we
actors.
do. Especially the stuff that we're doing is not scripted, just like these videos that we're doing for all these products and everything.
But then what they do sometimes is they'll write down what you said. And they'll give it to you, and like, this is what you said, just like to refresh your memory, and you got to like try to say it as close as what you did because what you said was good and accurate.
Right.
And they're like, now say it again,
so
but
now the second
say it
time,
clearer.
the second time around actually is kind of like a script, but it's my script.
But it's your own, exactly.
It's basically just saying what I already said. So that happens from time to time in television, especially in reality production. And, so we've been facing that on our own now, making up these videos for these companies and products that are participating in our remodel. Yeah. We're finding like, oh, shit, like we don't have a whole editing department. We're sending it through like 20
I'm the editing department.
Yeah, you're the editing department.
I'm the editor, I'm the producer, I am the director.
You are. You're like, no, stupid, don't say it like
and
that.
And I've got evidence of that. I can make a blooper reel of me directing you.
Idiot! You're like, say it right.
Do it. Stop saying that.
Skip
starts
again.
every sentence with, all right, so blah, 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 blah. All right, so now we're going to blah, blah, blah. All right. He says, all right, at the beginning of every fucking sentence.
Listen, smart
and then he
ass.
keeps
Anytime
saying,
you want to step out in front of the camera.
I'm like, what, you got a mouse in your pocket?
You want to do my job? I'll stand behind the camera. You can come and do the product
And then with the roofing product, he's like,
yeah.
this is the best in the market.
You could step
so go out
in
and
front,
get some.
Yeah, you try to remember all the technical things about
go get some
about
shingles.
and about
go get some.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Next time you're going to be the one
go
out there
get
doing
some.
it. Yeah. You're like, no, don't say it like that. Say it like this.
Yeah, I'm going to go pick some up right now.
And then I'll try to re-say it like the way that you wanted me to say it, and I'll forget what the hell I was saying.
I know.
Like, great, thanks. Just stand over there and be quiet.
Yeah. You know what I got to do right now.
This is what we deal with every day, people. See, like we're like, the loving married couple, but these are the things that we do.
This is another thing that you have to do.
This is like part of the reality of what
the reality is you need to wait for me right now because I got to go to the bathroom.
You need to take a pee-pee break?
Yeah, I'll be
okay.
right back.
All right.
Stand by.
Okay.
And we are back from the bathroom.
Yeah. All right.
I just wanted to reaffirm how much I love the squatty potty.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's great.
Got one for Dad. He has not put it in his bathroom as of yet.
No, I think he's afraid of it.
I don't think he's going to realize, I don't think he realizes really how good it's going to be. Stop. You are really, with you and your fucking...
I have to do things like while we're sitting here.
He has to break things, and now he has a piece of paper on the placemat, and he has to poke holes into it with a pen.
This is where
and
I
create
keep
a
my
design.
notes, for the things that we're talking about on the podcast. So.
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
You got holes.
Look, there's all
You're
my
gonna
notes
put
on
pen
there.
into the placemat.
There's my notes on here. It's very important.
But you have the pen, the ink sticking out. It's going to make pen marks in the placemat, and those were expensive placemats.
Really?
Yes, they were.
Really?
Really?
You're such a mom.
You're such a baby.
God. Oh my God!
You have to always do something. You can't just concentrate on your
It's very
words.
important that I have something to occupy me while we're doing this.
While
so.
you're speaking, isn't speaking enough to occupy you while you're speaking?
No.
What the fuck? Oh my God!
Yeah, I have to have something happening in my hands all the time. My mouth's not enough.
No, he has to be wrecking something though. It's very destructive. The moths,
About
by
to
the
wreck
way.
you.
Remember we were talking about those fucking caterpillars that I thought were going to be butterflies. Instead of there's thousands of cocoons. Well, now there's thousands of fucking moths outside. It's like the movie The Birds, but moths. Yeah. There are moths everywhere, and they fly crazy. They don't fly straight. They fly crazy. And so they're everywhere, and they're making me nuts, and I'm afraid that they're going to eat holes in our nice outdoor furniture cushions. It's really annoying. Stop drawing! You're not paying attention because you're drawing!
That's a perfect circle. Look at that.
Oh my God! No, it's not!
It really is.
It is not!
It's pretty damn close.
It is not! It's a fucking circle, and it's not a perfect circle.
It's pretty close to perfect.
And it's got 100 holes in the middle of it.
Right. It's a holy circle.
You're not paying attention to me because you're drawing.
I'm totally listening. I can listen and draw at the same time.
No, you can't. I know when you're not paying attention to me because I know you. I can tell.
You shouldn't even speak about
I don't have
that
your
because
undivided
the last
attention.
couple of days, I've said things to you 10 times, and you just just what?
You know why I
roll
didn't?
Right past.
Because we have the air conditioner on in the bedroom and the television on, and I could not hear you with all those things going on, and you didn't speak loud enough.
All right.
Stop drawing. I'm going to take that piece of fucking paper and roll it in a ball and throw it.
Oh, come on. You like it when I sketch stuff. Oh, actually, I'm going to make something real good now. Hold on a second.
You're going to draw a picture of me?
Yeah.
Portrait? Fucking asshole. You know what I wanted to say, what I keep forgetting? I write my notes, too, in an iPad, and then I fail to look at them. The last episode, people I know, at the 35-minute mark, there started to be a lot of clicks. And Skip, pay the fuck attention.
I am.
You're not. You're looking at the paper and you're creating and you're not listening to me. I don't have your undivided attention. There was clicking in the episode, and it was a computer thing. So I did everything that I could do to make it not click in the beginning. I turned off the Wi-Fi, I shut down all the other windows, and I make sure that there's not a lot of stuff on the hard drive. I keep everything on the external. I turned off the Bluetooth. There's no programs running except for the one that we record the program. Everything else is shut down. You got to see him now. He's looking around like he's a fucking wah, she got mad at me. Now I'm going to look around and look angry. Get that fucking look
You're
on
just
your
a pain in
face.
the ass, man.
You are, because I'm talking to you. I'm
right.
looking at you,
I'm
and you're
listening.
looking down at a piece of paper and drawing.
All right. So.
Oh,
so
God, you're like an adolescent.
So what's going to happen now with this?
I don't know. We could be clicking right
difficult.
now, for all I know. But what I tried to do before we started recording this one was to use another method of recording, and the computer wasn't opening fast enough, and so we wanted to get started. So we just started on this other one. So there could be clicking right now, and for that, I apologize. Please be aware that I know about it. I'm working on it. I'm trying to figure this fucking shit out. I don't know, but I'm sorry. I apologize. I know it's hard to listen to with the clicks.
Yeah, we'll
So-
go back over to Joe's studio, and then you won't have to deal with that stuff.
Yeah. Well, it's like everybody's fucking busy. We got to do what we got to do.
Yeah, everybody's busy, right?
Yes.
Crazy. He's like touring all over the country, playing with his band, and he's like super busy, which is why we're doing a lot of our recording in different places, and here and at the ranch. It's an ATR.
Yeah.
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 And then I have to deal with this.
Yeah, the cat.
I have to deal with this right now.
The cat in your face.
Come on, dude.
Rubbing on
Really?
your microphone.
Really? Really?
Aw. He's being affectionate.
He's like rubbing up on the microphone.
So, it's okay. He loves you. He's 17. Give him respect.
This is not the kind of pussy I want rubbing up on my microphone.
Okay, now.
Yeah.
Also, you know what I noticed? This fucking social media bullshit, which really pisses me the fuck off. I look at we've got Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Okay, so apparently for marketing, Instagram has become the more important of the three. They look at your Instagram numbers. I think that Twitter is second, but they're not as into Twitter having big numbers anymore because they know that Twitter can be like fake numbers. You can buy Twitter followers.
You can buy Instagram stuff too.
It's not the same though, because they do like, and now that there's this, what is it called? They started something with Instagram, like with Facebook, where they don't just show you the people that you're following and then the order that they posted their things. They're doing stuff with, what's the word? Where they only show you the things that are like getting the most views or the things that are the most popular. They're using all these computer programs to decide what they're going to show you, not what you've chosen to see. You know what I mean? Like on Facebook?
So, like when you post a picture, it doesn't necessarily mean that all the people that are following you are going to get to see that picture?
Correct.
Well, what is that?
It's the same. I forget
How does
what
that
the
work?
fuck is the word. See, this is part of my dementia, is that I don't remember words.
Selective.
No, it's that my memory is failing. I can't think of words. But it's the thing that they use in order to decide what is going to be seen. Like on Facebook, your notifications are based upon how many likes it's getting, how popular it is, the activity that a post is getting. And those are the things that are going to show up at the top of your news feed, as opposed to things that are not getting a lot of activity. Like if somebody sees your post but nobody's clicking like or commenting on it, that's going to fall behind to the bottom of the list of things that people are going to see. The things that get the most activity are the things that people are going to see. Like, for example, a picture we posted last year.
How do they expect people to like it if they don't put it to the top of the list?
Because they want to show you the most popular things first. So now, like, if you go onto your own Facebook, and I have done this many times as an experiment, go to an old picture that a lot of people have commented on, and say you haven't clicked like on your own picture. If you click like on your own picture, or even comment under the comments of your own picture that has already had a lot of comments, and even though it's a year old, it will come back to the top of the news feed because it shows as something having a lot of activity. And it will show up again as new. Like, people will be like, they'll wonder, like, when did you post this? You know what I mean? Even though it's old, it'll come up again at the top of people's news feeds. Same thing with Instagram now. They're not showing you things that you ask to see. They're showing you things that they choose for you to see that's the most popular amongst the people that you follow. Wow. So anyway, with that being said...
So manipulating the content.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
It's like
yes.
the man.
Like, some people will never see some of the shit.
Big brother, man.
Yeah, some people will never see the shit that you post, even though they follow you, because nobody else has clicked like on it or commented.
But that doesn't make any sense. How is anyone supposed to click like on it if they don't show the people that are
because
following
then
you?
What you need to do is, if you like that person so much, go to their page and look through all of their postings.
But how would you know that they didn't get to see it? How would you know which
As
one of
the
your
person who
followers
posted
saw
it?
your post and which one of your followers didn't?
Based on it, who clicked like and who commented.
Yeah, because, I mean, I have thousands of followers on Instagram. Not a lot, but like 4,000 something or whatever. And I always get like a couple of hundred likes on my
Well, I was talking
pictures.
about Facebook.
Okay. But
So now with Instagram, but yeah, you're not going to know who saw your shit unless they clicked on the like or commented.
Really?
Yeah. So anyway, I noticed that my Instagram followers are going up as I'm posting certain kinds of pictures, like of the Sphinx cats or of the Chihuahuas or of the tools, because those are the people that are following me who are interested in seeing those things. And my Twitter followers, strangely enough, are going down. Now, it's really fucking funny. It's like I can go a week without posting a fucking thing on Twitter, Which, by the way, he's not looking at me right now. I'm not getting his undivided attention.
I'm listening.
No, but you're looking. You're not listening.
I'm looking.
You're
at
listening, but you're not hearing me.
I'm trying to bring up an example of something.
Okay, so my Twitter followers go down. Say I don't post a fucking thing in a week, I will still get less followers because I don't know why, but for some reason people go to unfollow even though I haven't posted anything. Like, what is bringing me to your attention that you need to unfollow me? I haven't even posted anything. Like, how did I offend you? I didn't do anything.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't get it. I don't understand why the numbers go down. And I also notice when you follow other people, then your numbers go up because then then their friends will start to follow you, or I don't fucking know. It's really annoying and confusing. I stopped accepting friends on Facebook because I don't even know, I only have a little bit left until I get to 5,000. And I don't want to use them all up in case there's people who I actually know that want to friend me. So I'm leaving that little bit of space open. But this Instagram thing, the numbers appear to go up when you have to hashtag the things, like certain hashtags and all this. It's a lot of fucking bullshit. It's very confusing. But I have some exciting news.
Fill me in.
As of today, our podcast will now also be released to YouTube.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Yes.
Actually, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So it's going to be...
A lot of people have been asking for that for quite a while.
Now, don't get too excited, people. It doesn't mean that we're posting a video of the podcast. It's not a video podcast, but...
Well, we might be working on that.
It's a podcast of our audio.
If I can convince Allison Bedell to get in the studio once a week to film, we might be doing a video podcast.
In other words, that's not going to happen. But if you happen to, for some reason, you don't have a way to listen or something's not working or whatever, we have a Hammer and Nails podcast YouTube page that you can now go to that our podcast will be released to. Right now, I think we have about 59 of our 105 episodes on there. I am trying to work out the kinks to figure out why some of the other ones didn't load. I'm trying to reload them.
105 already?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
That's a lot.
It is a lot.
Man.
Yeah. Yes.
It's amazing that we have time to even get that many done, right? A couple of weeks with all the craziness that's going on.
Yes. And sometimes it's really difficult, which is why, I don't know if some of you may have noticed that we haven't been releasing at midnight the night before. We've been releasing on the day of. It's because it's been a busy summer. And we've been really overwhelmed with things, and it's been hot out too. It's been really fucking hot out, and who the fuck wants to sit? Sometimes it's just it's really difficult to just get the time and the energy, especially after work. So we're trying to make it at the best optimal time where we can be our best, and then you guys can get the best. And if you think it sucks, well, that's the best we can do.
Yeah, you try. Yeah, you try and see what happens.
That's all we got.
Go ahead, smartass. Record your own. I'll listen to yours.
Yeah. So,
anyway.
Also.
So that's good news. So YouTube is going to be putting it out there for us. Mm-hmm. And we got some ad things that you managed to do.
There's going to be some ads on those, but they're only visual, so you don't got to worry about it. You can click past those things.
Oh, right. You can skip in 3 seconds or something?
Something like that, yeah.
Right.
So, like I was saying before, the weather now. It is back in the fucking humid 90s. It's really disgusting here.
Yeah.
And it's going to be for the next week again, just like it was about 2 weeks ago. And in this kind of weather, it's kind of like, what do you do for fun in this kind of weather? Because, can you stop it with him? Look what you're doing.
I'm not doing anything.
You are. You're making him knock everything down. You're making him knock down my iPad. And you're making him knock down the drink.
Listen, you can record the podcast with the fucking cat in a second, okay?
Well, you were pushing him.
Get him out of here, then.
You can pick him up and put him on the floor. What are you, handicapped? You do it. See how easy it was? It's not my job.
Beat it, furball.
Fuck. I hate when you wait for me to do things you could do. Like clean the toilet. Anyway, so...
Don't we have a maid for that?
Yeah, you seem to think her name is Allison Bedell.
That's right.
Yeah. So anyway,
She's the maid, the cook.
The whore.
The whore. Especially the whore.
Service me, bitch.
That's your number one job. Shut up and bend over.
I was trying to think of some things that we had done in shitty weather that was no fun. Do you remember that kayak ride? Or kayak trip, or whatever the fuck it was with our neighbors.
Man, yeah, it was right. Yeah, it was like a neighborhood,
2 years ago.
Yeah, like some of our neighbors decided they're going to get together, and we're all going to take this canoe trip down a river here.
Wasn't it a kayak?
No, it was a canoe.
That was a canoe?
Yeah, full-blown canoe.
Oh, canoe trip then. Okay.
Yeah, so we're all going to take this canoe trip. Each couple goes in their own canoe, and we're going to paddle. It's like 5 miles or whatever it was down this river and stop and have something to eat, which turned out to be the longest, most
I'd never done anything like it before. I'd never been in a canoe, on a canoe ride,
it started
trip.
out fun. It seemed like a cool idea.
So you get into this van that's loaded up on the top of it with all the canoes, and they drop us off somewhere in the middle of nowhere, which is kind of halfway between where we live and where I work. So
which is all like the sticks out there. It's like the Pine Barrens of Long Island.
Right.
And there's a river that runs out there, which is a few miles long, which basically this place where they rent all the canoes is located at the end of the river.
Right. So, so in other words, I was familiar with the end point, which is where the canoe place is.
Right.
But I was sort of familiar with where they were dropping us off to start because it's on my way.
They load everybody up in a giant bus and all the canoes, and they take you all the way the other end, miles away, the other end of the river, which eventually you wind up at the end of the day back where you started.
Right. So now I didn't have any concept of how long this would take or how many miles it was because normally for me it's a 10-minute drive.
Right.
To get from the starting point to where the end point is.
10-hour canoe trip.
Right. So meanwhile, it was shitty out. It was humid and it was kind of cold in the morning. So we all started out with some kind of rain jackets on. We had umbrellas, and they dump us out into the beginning of this river area where there was maybe 2 inches of water and lots of trees, and we had to really use the paddles to push our way through this very low water in the beginning.
Yeah.
We finally got out to some open water, which was nice, but then all of a sudden the sun decided to come out, and it was blaring fucking hot.
Yeah, so all the raincoats and all that gear comes off.
Everything we brought with us, was unbearable heat.
Now, you're out in the open,
fucking Amazon.
There's no shade, and it's
no shade.
It's 100 degrees
plus
reflecting off this aluminum.
Yes, and the water.
We're
and
basically
so now,
paddling around in an oven.
So there's how many canoes would you say? Maybe 10 canoes?
Yeah, it's probably 10.
Okay, so now we're with our neighbors, people, some of them we knew, some we didn't.
By the time the sun came out, everybody was already drunk because everybody brought a cooler full of beers and stuff.
Right. So
now with a bunch of drunken rednecks, it's the hillbilly canoe trip.
So at some point, they had done this trip the year before, and some of them more than that. So they were familiar with the different places we were going to be rowing upon as we came to them. So they were like, "Oh, this area over here. Let's go over here and take a food break and a wine break." So everybody pulled up with their canoes, got out, and they took out some lunch, and they had some champagne and some wine or whatever. People started, consuming. So at some point, I was like, all right, we've been here long enough. We're in the middle of the fucking river. Let's move along, because we were kind of we'd already been paddling a while, and now we've been there a while.
We've been paddling for hours by that point.
Yeah.
So it was nice to take a break, kind of really
but they took
relax.
A lot of breaks.
Right.
And each break that we took prolonged the day. So it was turning into a really long day. And then there were points where there were parts we had to navigate through that were really people were flipping in their canoes.
Yeah, there was a lot of turnovers.
A lot of turnovers. Which their gear.
Which were kind of funny because the whole shit.
They were upright in the canoe and they were tilted like they were on a motorcycle when you're going around a bend.
Yeah.
But then they tilted sideways
so then,
full over.
All of their stuff, all their gear, all the clothes, all
the people.
Some people came with a lot of shit.
Yes.
The canoe was loaded. You would think we were going away on a month-long trip.
Yeah.
Loaded backpacks and all kinds of shit, everything in the river.
Yeah.
So drifting
everything
away and everyone's scrambling to get
all their shit and them were completely soaked because they were in the water. So meanwhile, thank God that didn't happen to us. We were ahead of a bunch of them. We'd look back and be like, "Ah, shit!" They fell in. That's why they were so far behind. We saw a lot of people fall in the water. So there were a lot of these pit stops, and I was getting kind of cranky because The day was
Yeah, you turned
going
into cranky bitch.
on. Well,
Right.
we started, I think, at what, like 8, 9 in the morning at the beginning?
Yeah, well, I think that what happened, what went wrong, there was a combination of things. I don't think that you ever expected it was going to be that hard.
That's the fucking
A lot
problem.
of physical work. I mean, it wasn't
no.
just like you sit in the canoe and you drift down with the current of the river.
Well, it kind of was because I left the paddling to you.
Yes. Yeah, actually, yeah, it was. Yeah, similar
Yeah.
to the time to when we had to get one of those tandem bikes in California because we're going to ride on the famous bike path along Venice Beach up to Santa Monica, and we need to get the tandem bike.
Yeah, 'cause that's fun.
And then I look behind me, and you've got your feet up on the handlebars,
Right.
and I'm doing all the pedaling.
Right.
I'm like, what? How does that work?
That
out?
was fun.
What is the point of getting a tandem bike?
I'm a
What's
princess.
the point of being a canoe with 2 paddles when there's only one person paddling?
Again, I'm a princess. So anyway,
You were almost a princess in the river that day. Yeah.
so what started to get to me first was the heat, and then the quantity of time that it took to do everything. Like every stop that we made prolonged the day, and then I was like after 3-4 hours, I felt done, you know. So now we were probably about 7 hours into it.
Oh,
and
yeah. It's like a full day.
Okay, yeah.
We're shot.
We're shot. And we had to go through some fucking hell because there were some
paddled
parts
for
where the
miles.
river stopped.
Yeah, like there's no current, so it's like
Yes.
you're not just like drifting along. You can casually just kind of stop paddling and you'll keep moving. No, you stop.
You had not only did you stop, you had to get out of the water with your canoe, walk across a street, dragging your canoe, go down some fucking rocks, dirt slide down to the river, and then put your canoe back
It was
into
like
the river and get
Iron
into
Man
it again.
survival trip.
Yes, it wasn't like la 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 down the river. It was like take your shit out and then put it back in.
Yeah.
And
so
it
we're
was
thinking
difficult.
it's going to be like this relaxing couples retreat. We're all going to kind of hang out and drift down the river together, like have some wine. Ho, 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 ho. All right, we're going to be talking about fun stuff and and all this cool things, and then all of a sudden turned into literally like an Iron Man
Yes.
/ mud race / survivalist.
Oh,
day.
yeah. Now, then the last quarter of this thing, which was about 8 or 9 hours since we started,
8 or 9.
okay, the water level now down the river was so fucking low. I mean, it was literally before I was exaggerating, but now it was literally about 2 inches.
Yeah, there were parts there that you basically just scraped the canoe on
Yes.
the bottom of the rocks
Yes.
of the river.
So I was now, and at that point, it started to pour. So remember?
Oh,
so we were
right,
in the
yeah.
beginning we were cold, in the middle we were boiling, and now it started to pour when we were on the river with no water. So I am sitting there with an umbrella open, crying, and you were standing up, pushing with the paddle to get the canoe down the waterless river.
I got out of the canoe into the water, and I'm dragging the canoe from the front, pulling it backwards, one pull at a time.
In the rain.
Dragging it across
In the rain.
stones, with you still sitting in it because you didn't want to get your feet
And
wet.
crying with an umbrella
Try
open.
to picture this, people. Princess here is sitting in the back of the canoe. It's bad enough I got to drag this fucking canoe across the rocks, right? I'm soaking wet. It's pouring rain. I'm 9 hours into the most exhausting day of my life.
The longest
And you're
day
sitting
ever.
in the canoe, making it twice as heavy for me to drag this fucking thing across the rocks. So now I have about 3 miles of dragging left to do. Because the paddles are just basically useless at that point.
Yeah, they had to use them to push.
The only good thing
against the
about being in
rocks.
such shallow water is that no one could turn over anymore at that point. Yes, if you turn over, you were going to get road rash because you were going to wind up on the gravel.
Oh god! So then when we finally got past that part, and then you finally got back in, but it was raining, and I'm holding the umbrella, and I'm miserable, and I'm just crying.
You're miserable.
Because,
I'm
I wanted to get out at that point when we were by the pizza place and back there, because I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm going to call a cab. I'm going to walk or something. I couldn't
there was
take
one
it.
point there that we actually had to cross a road, and we came back to some sense of civilization because the rest of it for miles was nothing but just woods and trees.
Yes.
There was no houses, no nothing. And then all of a sudden we came to one little, a little road with if you look down the road, you could see 2 little stores and it's like a little
it's like the backyard to some things that are like local.
So there was like a
deli,
pizza place. It was like there was a sign of like civilization.
Yeah.
It was like being stranded on an island for a month,
houses.
and all of a sudden like a boat was off on the horizon. You're like, hey, somebody help us! Waving your arms up in the air. You're waving fucking white flags and shit.
Rescued so
You're like
bad.
carving the letters "help" into the sand. So some plane flying over. You're making the fire with smoke signals. You're like, somebody bring me a slice of pizza.
Oh, it was so awful. So once we got past there, and it was still fucking raining, then we had to navigate there was these very low, what do they call, like a bridge that we had to go under, but we had to duck down to fit because the water was higher or the bridge was too low. But there was a very small space for us to go underneath this bridge thing with the canoe.
The canoe would barely even fit underneath this. It was like I don't know if it was like a
walkway or something?
drainage thing, right? It was almost like
there was a drainage thing that we had to go through
this corrugated steel with some sort of drainage.
That was
thing,
one of the
right?
things we went through.
And the canoe would barely.
That was
fit.
underneath the expressway.
Yeah, you could barely fit through it. So we had to basically lay down in the canoe and drag us
in the dark.
It
was so long.
It's fucking dark. It's like
It
was something out of some horror movie.
Yeah, there's webs. Oh my god,
There's
it was horrible.
skeletons off in the corner.
Zombies.
Rats chewing on the skeletons.
Oh god. So as we were getting closer to the end, and I knew we were getting closer because I was familiar with the area, then it started really pouring harder. And it was and at this point, all of our group were very separated. There were some people who were probably about maybe 20 minutes behind us.
Yeah, because they have already fallen over twice.
They fell over. They couldn't get through the 2 inches of water.
Well, they were exhausted.
Yeah.
Right. There were some people that were a little bit older, and to drag that canoe across the rocks, especially when someone's fucking sitting in it.
And there were some heavy ladies in those canoes.
It was a lot of work.
There were some heavy
people.
I'm thinking,
wow, all right, there could be a couple of possible potential heart attacks going on here
yeah,
today,
yeah,
or
yeah.
It turned into the most it turned into
there were some heavy people.
It was a rough day.
Yeah. So when we got closer to the end, I don't know if you remember, but when we finally got to the end, we got out. We got to the part where we get out of the canoe, where the canoe place is, and it was pouring. We pulled our canoe out, and you could either stand there and wait for the rest of your group or go, because that's where our car was.
Right.
So, and I don't know if you remember, right behind us was Lonnie and Helena.
Right.
They're our next-door neighbors,
Yeah.
and they were maybe about 4 minutes behind us. They pulled up in their canoe, but just as they got to the edge and they were supposed to, get out, they tipped.
Yeah.
All their shit went in the water.
It was
at the edge.
I think us and them were the only two boats that didn't flip over that day and dump all of their shit into the water.
Yes.
So we got up, we pulled us up, dragged it up onto the beach, and we're out. We're like, yes, we made it. We didn't wind up in the water. We're like, the only one thing that didn't happen to us that day, right?
Yes.
And then they came up, and it was
and they made it to the end.
Yeah, they were almost up to the beach,
They
and
went
3 feet from where you drag the canoe up, and the whole thing flipped and dumped all their shit.
Oh, I felt so fucking bad for them. Oh man, I felt really fucking bad for them. So then they had to get out of the water and get all their shit out of the water. Now they're completely soaked because they were in the water.
Right.
And at this point, there was nothing we could do for them. So they got out and we were out. And at this point, I was like, "We're getting the fuck out of here."
Well, the whole thing was kind of like they had done this quite a number of years in a row before. So this is the first time we had ever taken this trip, and they invited us because we had recently moved into the neighborhood. And it's a thing that they've been doing for a few years. So it was a nice thing they invited us. But they in the past had always made a day out of it. So the place where they stopped for lunch was always they have a big picnic, and it was They really, it's a fun time, right? Who brings the wine and who brings this, and it's a fun couples picnic. And then at the end, there's supposed to be another gathering where you can get back to the canoe place, and they do it all over again, right?
I was
There's
fuck
more
this
food,
shit, man.
more drinks, and I'm as soon as my foot hit the beach, man, I'm later.
I know. I was I don't care who's coming, I don't care who's behind me, I don't care how long they take. I'm out of here. Fuck this, fuck them, fuck that, goodbye.
You were so done. You were like, yeah.
I was so fucking miserable. It was like 5 o'clock. It was the longest day of my life.
It was like a really fun day. So the moral of the story here is that if you get invited to go on like a couples like retreat or couples thing, like, you know, think it through and ask any people
lots of questions
who have done it before.
Yes.
ask what it was like.
Yeah,
so you know.
Because it was the opposite of fun.
It was completely opposite of what we thought. And actually, I mean, it was fun for a little while.
For like an hour.
If it was like 2 or 3 hours, it would have been fun.
It would have been perfect.
But like 10 hours ending up in a hurricane.
It was a chore, and it was
hard. It was like the SS Minnow on a 3-hour tour.
Because we were stranded. We had no way to get out of there.
You know, like the scene, like when Gilligan's Island start, and you see the boat out in the ocean, and all of a sudden the storm comes, and then there's like driving rain.
That's us.
Yeah, that was us. Basically, we ended almost in the dark, in like pouring torrential storm rain.
Yep. Yeah. It was bad. It was so fucking bad. Yeah, that's what it was. It was like
Gilligan's Island.
They asked us to do it again the next year. I was like, hell no.
You were like, let me think about it. No.
Fuck.
No.
God damn, never do that shit again.
That's funny.
Oh, God. You know what else we did that I didn't like, that you liked? When we went to Boston a couple years ago to get your passport renewed.
Yeah.
So Boston is a really beautiful city, and it's on the water, too, at Boston Tea Party.
Yeah.
And so
it's a great city, actually.
It's a wonderful city. I loved that trip. That was a really great trip, with the exception...
We rode the motorcycle there.
We rode the bike there, with the exception of one fucking thing. They had one of those, what are they called? It's like a big boat that looks like a shark face drawn on it.
Oh, yeah. So you guys have been, like, you know, to, like, vacation tourist towns that are on the water, and they have, like, these... it looks like a giant like speedboat where you can put about 50 people on it, and basically they take you out in the harbor and run real fast and spin around, and it makes waves and they splash in. It's called, like, you know, the the gator, or they're all different, right? But they're all basically the same type of thing. It goes real fast and you get soaked.
Yeah. So I said to Skip, I before we even did it, I told him I don't want to do it because I don't want to get all fucking wet, and it was really fucking hot out. But it's like when you got, you know, my hair and my makeup, and like I don't want to have to walk around them the rest of the day with like wet head and mascara down my face. You really, you know what I mean? Like it fucks you up as it is. So I wasn't really digging that kind of thing getting wet. So because I didn't want to ruin his good time, I agreed to go on this fucking shark boat thing.
Yeah, that's what it was. It had like the big face of like a shark on the front of it.
Yeah. So he, instead of sitting in the front, he's like, well, let's sit back over here then, because I told him I do not want to
I tried
to
get us in like the driest place of the boat. So I'm thinking like when the waves come over the boat, you know, I have a lot of experience on boats my whole life, so I have an idea like when the water breaks over the front of a boat, and especially if there's wind, there's certain parts of the boat that are going to get blown with water much more than others. So I tried to seat us in a place that I thought would be dry, but that place did not exist anywhere on this boat.
The first fucking wave of water
They're
that
like
came...
going out in the harbor and jumping these giant waves. We're doing like 60 miles an hour, and like then all of a sudden just spin like a complete 360.
I was angry.
You started out angry, and then you started crying. It went from anger to just like, I want to go home.
It wasn't like that.
Yeah, well, yeah, you were.
No, it wasn't. But I was so pissed that I became upset.
You got really upset.
The anger, I was so angry that it turned into
we're not
being
turning
upset.
back now, because once that thing leaves the dock, there's 50
And I was
other people
covered
that
in
paid
water.
everybody paid for their ticket who went on the boat to get wet. So they're not turning this thing around, man. You're going to have to just tough it out.
And this lady was like, "Oh, you want to take a picture of you guys?" And meanwhile, I'm like fucking crying and like trying to hide it. Yeah. And I didn't want to smile in the picture.
Everybody's standing up, like putting their
pissed.
hands up, like they're on a roller coaster. Like, yeah, this is awesome. Go faster, faster. You're like,
shut up! I was not like that. No, I wasn't. I was not bawling.
Your lips were all like chattering and shit.
No, I I wasn't. I was just crying because I was fucking pissed.
Yeah,
That's
I
mean,
know.
happened
you
exactly
were
what I
cold
said.
at that point because we got soaked, and then you went from being really hot to being really cold.
Yes, and completely. My
At
hair
one
was
point,
wet.
I looked over at you, and like all your makeup was run down your face. You look like the sad clown.
Yes,
and you're fucking shivering, and I'm like, oh, she looks like she's having fun. It was like you were entered in an involuntary wet T-shirt contest.
Yes, I was.
You got sad clown face, and your bottom lip is blue and shaking.
Yes, I was so fucking mad.
I'm like, wow, this is going to be great.
And what fucking sucks is that you have no sympathy. You're like, ha ha ha, it's good, it's okay.
I'm just like, yeah, come on, have a good time. You're like, fuck you.
Asshole.
I really didn't think you were going to get that wet. I knew you were going to get a little bit wet, but that was like, even at one point, I was like, oh, this is not good. I looked over at you and like, oh, man, she's going to be pissed.
Yeah.
And at that point, we still had about another 40 minutes to go on this thing.
I was telling you, go on it by yourself. Have a good time. And you're like, no, I don't want to do it by myself. I want to do it with you.
I wanted you to come. I wanted you to check it out.
But I didn't want to do it.
You had never been on a speedboat like that. I grew up on shit like that. So I'm like, this is going to be fun.
It wasn't.
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
It was the opposite.
And there you go, people. Couples days. They can be so fun or they can go so wrong.
I told you about that time I was on that fucking bike trail.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. That was another fucking day of torture.
Yeah.
Another fucking day of torture.
Let's go mountain biking.
Like,
let's go trail riding.
Never again. I went with my fucking ex who wanted to go on these fucking trails. On the fucking bike, because it's the bike trails. So I'm not a fucking bike rider like that. I'm like a joy rider on Venice Beach trails, like in the sun.
Yeah, you're like riding
leisurely.
up and down mountains and cliffs and shit.
This is like
down through like wooded tree trails that if you get off the trail, you're smashing into a tree.
Yes. And then there was some point the trail is like in between two trees that's only like a foot apart.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Fuck you, I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
So we started on this
then
fucking
you sail
trail.
off like a 10-foot drop.
And unbeknownst to me, there's like different levels of trails, like when you go skiing.
Right.
So
you're on like the Black Double Diamond. You're on like the fucking expert
That's
trail.
the trail I was on.
There's people sailing past you at like 60 miles an hour, airborne. Like upside down doing backflips and shit.
So me...
You're like, I think I'm on the wrong trail.
Yeah, completely inexperienced. Then that was another one that started in the morning, going through this fucking trail. I'm scared to death because I'm afraid I'm going to fall off of this bike and like crack open my knee or bleed or crack my head.
Or fall off a cliff.
Yes, I mean, it was like a dangerous fucking narrow trail that like, I don't know how bicycles went on this thing. And so I was scared to death. And then at some point, I broke down because it wasn't ending. I kept thinking, like, at some point, there's going to be the end. And it didn't end. Right. And at some point, I stopped, and I got off the bike. And again, I was crying. And I'm like, and I started screaming, when is it ending? Because it didn't end. Like, I couldn't see the end in sight. There was no signs for an end. It wasn't ending. And I felt like it was going to go crazy.
Oh.
I was so upset.
That was another memorable couple's day.
That's another thing I'll never do again.
Oh, there you have it. See? Your list is getting longer of things you know not to do.
Yes.
But you wouldn't know not to do it if you hadn't experienced it, so,
If I had somebody like me telling me about that experience, I know not to do it.
Be like, hey, don't do that. Whatever you do, don't do that.
Yes, nobody told me. It sucks.
Well, it's not for everybody, but couples days can be a lot of fun, or they can go terribly wrong. So there's a few examples of ones that went wrong.
Well, I have some.
So
I have some things I wanted to tell you about that I just.
Do we have time?
Yeah, we have a couple of things I need to tell people about.
Oh, please tell us.
One thing I'm very excited about is Bill Cosby lost his bid to try to stop his sexual assault trial. He is going to go to trial for being the rapist that he is.
Oh, that's going to be interesting.
I'm very excited about that.
I wonder if that'll get as much airplay as the O.J. trial.
You know what? I bet you it will. I think it will.
It's going to be all over the...
if it's allowed to be televised, I think it will.
Yeah.
I just hope that he gets convicted and sentenced like the rapist piece of shit garbage that he is.
How about the line of women that are going to show up to that thing to testify? Right?
Yes.
They're going to have a whole courtroom just for them.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, the number's up to like, 100 or something is some crazy... Like they're just coming out of the woodwork now, right?
Yeah. And what's unfortunate is that many of them came out of the woodwork too late, which is why they weren't able to be a part of it.
Statute of limitations.
Yeah.
So, how should there be a statute of limitations on something like that, right? Like there's no statute of limitations on murder, right? Why should there be on sexual assault?
Right.
If you were sexually assaulted or raped or whatever,
right.
I don't see how there's any statute of limitations on that.
Yeah. Well, I think that's going to be part of the laws that are changing. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe this will be the case that does it.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, because the all the emotional damage and everything else has no statute of limitation. It doesn't go away like on a certain calendar date. It runs out, and all of a sudden you feel better and forget about what happened to you. All right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if there's some new evidence that comes up that should be able to prosecute this person that wronged you so badly,
absolutely.
I would think that they would allow it.
Yeah.
So maybe this will be the case that turns it around.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Bill Cosby rapist.
Jill Puddin'. Hey.
Someone's going to want to put it in his Jell-O pudding, hopefully, in jail.
Oh, yeah.
Prison.
He's going to get his own Fat Albert. Hey, Bafaba Albert.
Oh, God. So I found a few articles that I just found amusing because, I've been perusing the papers. There was a woman who was hospitalized with severe abdominal pain. She was losing weight. It was like she didn't know what the fuck was wrong with her. She's only 23 years old. She was crying in pain. She went to the hospital. She was discovered to have...
She was pregnant with an alien baby?
Close.
What the fuck is that? What is that?
That's her 14-pound hairball.
What?
Yeah. So
what the hell is that?
It's a hairball. She has a condition that was called, two conditions. One is called trichotillomania, which is when people have a compulsive urge to pull out their hair. And the other one's trichophagia, where they have a compulsion to eat hair. She had both. So for years, when she was stressed out, she was plucking her hair out and then eating it. And unbeknownst to her, it wasn't digesting. It was just forming this huge, disgusting...
So hair does not digest, evidently?
No. That's why we pull it out of the dog's ass.
Wow.
It still stays hair,
Yeah,
just
but
like...
I would think acid in your stomach digests just about anything, right?
No, that's why cats throw up hairballs.
Wow, okay.
Yes.
No, it makes sense.
Yes,
all right.
yes.
There you go.
Yep, same thing. This thing looks about the size of at least a baseball.
You see, people listening to this podcast, you learn a lot of things.
Yes.
This is like a CSI classroom right now. You're learning valuable stuff. Who knew that you don't digest hair? 14
pounds. That's a 14-pound hairball.
That is absolutely
disgusting.
Fucking disgusting.
Yeah. So it looks like a big ball of black, wet hair. So meanwhile, what was interesting was that she had gotten pregnant in 2014, and she gave birth to her daughter. But after her daughter was born, the pain became worse, and she ended up going to the hospital. Now, what I'm curious about is you get an ultrasound.
I was going to say, wasn't there some sort of sonogram or something that wouldn't they show like this mass
in her stomach? You know what I think it is? Because they're ultrasounding your uterus, which is way below your stomach. Your stomach is higher. Your stomach's right here. Your uterus is all down here, like right above your pubic bone.
Yeah.
So unless they're looking for that...
I like your pubic bone.
I know you do. You spend a lot of time there.
I do.
You're a good husband.
I got a bone for your pubic area.
I got a bone to pick with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So speaking of hair, I found this other really interesting article. You remember when Lady Gaga wore that meat dress?
Yeah. I love the meat dress.
Yeah. That was basically really disgusting. And for publicity, I was
thinking I just wanted to pull a couple of strips off and throw them on the grill. A little barbecue sauce would be good.
Well, it depends on what cuts they were.
Yeah. Oh, true.
I'm wondering if you would want to put any of this dress on the grill.
Let me see that.
You know what that is?
No. I have no idea. What the hell is that?
Pubic hair.
Oh, come on, man.
She made a bra and a skirt outfit out of pubic hair.
Oh, that's
disgusting. She had people send her their pubic hair that she collected, and then she sterilized them, did whatever she did to smooth them out and iron them and hot glue them to an outfit. And the reason that she made this was because she wanted to make the world's most unique and disgusting design, so that when someone sees a design, that they would know right away it was her. It was her design. So the hair came mostly from brunettes, but there's some red and gray pubic hair in the mix as well.
Oh God!
Yeah.
So she like hot glue gunned all this hair to like a bra and whatever.
She needed 6 months to get enough pubic hair to create the dress.
That is.
She kept the donated strands wrapped in cling wrap in the room of her 13-year-old son.
Oh, hey!
She said,
Thanks, Mom.
She didn't tell him the truth, but she had the whole second floor of the house, so it's a big area. The hardest part was keeping all the hair together in one piece.
Oh, that's disgusting.
And she said when it came time to put the outfit together, she started gagging while working on the dress. Thank God she was gagging. Yeah, she said she thought of the design because of how gross it is, and like she wanted to have like what's the worst thing that you could have on your dress, and that's why she chose
I think
it.
she was successful.
You
in that.
win.
So you win. Ding ding ding, you get the prize. So I mean, like what was the outcome? Did it go viral? Is it like there's a picture?
No.
Like so, did she get some like crazy recognition or like?
Well, she's in the Huffington Post with this hair dress.
I guess
it was just on Tuesday. It's very recently.
Oh,
she said. She said this isn't the first time that she's had an outfit that was noticed like this. Last year, she created a dress made from 3,000 Skittles. The dress was supposed to be like worth $6,500, and that was a viral sensation until it melted earlier in the year when it was being transported to Los Angeles.
See, I could deal with the Skittle dress, but the pubic hair, nah.
Gives a whole new meaning to eat me.
Oh, no. See, I don't even want to know. Just the whole thing. It doesn't make me not want to eat any of it.
I'm talking about Skittles.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, the Skittles. Yeah, definitely.
Taste the rainbow.
Yeah, not my hairball. Not my fur pie. That's disgusting.
God.
All right, then.
Well, I have some more stuff to talk about, but I'm going to save it for the next one. It involves my pellets and having a way to have some more orgasms.
Ooh, that's always fun.
Yeah.
I like it. I got some good construction stuff coming up, too, that you guys are going to like. Some remodeling tips and some fun stuff that I've been working on as well.
So. We've got the hammerandnailspodcast.com. We also have that new YouTube page that you can listen to if you happen to be on YouTube and you want to try that out. Tell a friend. But listen, people.
Where can they find that? Just Hammer and Nails on YouTube channel?
Just go to YouTube and do a search for the Hammer and Nails podcast. And, let's have a serious talk, people. You need to tell a friend.
Yeah, tell a friend about the podcast, spread the love, and if you're liking it, tell your friends to check us out. And if you're not, tell them anyway.
Yeah, tell them anyway, because you know what? That really does us a favor, because if we get down to one listener, we're not going to do it anymore. We're just not going to do it.
Well, maybe if there's still one.
We'll just invite them over.
Yeah.
Fuck that,
Yeah,
because then I don't have to do any editing.
That's funny.
Fuck that. And you know what? We have that Amazon link at the top of our website. Please click on that and drag it over to your bookmark bar and use it when you shop at Amazon. Don't forget, Tuesday is Amazon Prime Day. It's supposed to be the biggest sale day they've ever had.
Ever.
Now, listen, if you're not a Prime member, it's $100 a year. And it's so fucking worth it because you get free 2-day shipping no matter how many times you order, no matter what you order, no matter how much weight it is of what you order. Doesn't matter. It's free 2-day shipping for everything if you are part of Prime. You also get a whole bunch of TV shows and music and movies that you can watch that are included with Prime, which is also very exciting. And there's a whole bunch of other features, which I'm having a little brain fart right now.
Oh,
but
check it out.
If you aren't a member of Prime, though, you can click on our link, go to Amazon, sign up for Prime, and then check out that Prime sale day on Tuesday.
Yeah, they're doing like a major blowout. They said it's going to be like bigger than any Black Friday sales. There's like huge discounts on everything with 2-day free shipping. So you really can't beat that.
Yeah. So, and if you haven't signed up for Prime, at least do us the solid of doing it through our link, because it's the least you could do, people, right? It's the least you could do, because I didn't get any birthday presents from you or nothing.
We will catch you guys next time. We love you, and have a good weekend. Talk to you soon.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.